All right, I'm joined today with a special guest. His name's Rade JZ, and he's out of Ukraine, and he's going to tell you a little bit about how he first got into music.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Ray JZ. My actual name is Seva, and yeah, I started making music when I was about 15 years old, and I just I was just inspired by a lot of artists to make music, and yeah, I've always wanted to make music ever since I was a kid, and here I am, just making stuff. I don't know, just what I like, genuinely like. Yeah.
Yeah, what were some of those artists that you were inspired by when you were younger?
Well, I was actually inspired by Melvani, who's an artist from NYC. So he's actually he's not that famous or anything. He's just I don't know why I'm inspired by him. I'm still inspired by him, but yeah, he just kind of he stood out to me. I don't know. He just literally stuck out to me as an artist. And back in 2019, I believe I started listening to him, and it just that was when it all started. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that first song you made like as far as what was your thought process going into it?
Mm, First, I couldn't really get into the swing of like doing it all, like just making music in my own way, like in my natural way, I guess. Yeah. Um, but I really thought that I could find my way to just make music. I guess. Yeah. So I really believed in myself, and even though I couldn't understand like anything in English, anything that people were saying in songs, and and uh, I just started making music. That's what kept me going, I guess. And yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. When what was like the learning curve for the English side of things? Because obviously your English is really good now. Like I don't have any.
Yeah. I yeah, as I was saying, I was inspired by like plenty of artists, and I just wanted to um kind of learn English and just get it to a point where I could understand literally everything. And um yeah, just so I could write songs in English without even thinking about what I'm saying. And I was literally learning it every day. Like I was going all out. I don't know what got into me, what like came over me, but it was just something that I was literally passionate about. It still is something that I'm literally like crazy about. And yeah.
That's awesome. No, it's a tough task. I think making music in its own right is difficult to find your sound
Definitely.
and build what you want to create. But having to learn a language on top of it adds another factor. It's difficult.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you have quite a bit of music out. So what is your um routine, I guess, as far as balancing school and music and just life in general?
Well, I don't really study right now. I graduated from high school about a year ago, I guess, in 2022. Yeah, and I moved out to Germany because of the war. So I'm in Germany right now. Because yeah, I didn't tell you that. I'm sorry.
No,
But
you're
yeah.
fine. It's fine. You don't have to be
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Yeah, and for now I'm just working. I'm trying to work. Like literally, even when I'm not working, I'm trying to find a job. Just yeah. And basically, the way I go about making a song is pretty like usual. I record on BandLab, which is like a pretty known platform. Yeah, and yeah, I just write in my notes. I was always writing when I was a kid, and that's not something um I'm unfamiliar with. So yeah, it's definitely something that that I do a lot. Yeah, and yeah, I just write whenever something great pops in my head. I just record it. That's it.
Yeah, what was the transition like in Ukraine when everything started? with the war over
Well,
there and everything?
yeah, it was pretty tough. It was back in 2022, in March, I believe, in March of 2022. Yeah, and I just I wanted to move out of Ukraine as soon as possible because I mean I had always wanted to move out of Ukraine because I wanted to make music and and all that. But yeah, but it was pretty tough. Like I heard like a lot of explosions from afar, and like I was literally shaking every night. Like it was terrifying. Yeah, but I'm really grateful to be here right now in Germany. Like I can't I just can't describe that. I was literally just shaking. That was pretty terrifying.
Yeah. Do you think that's where some of your more recent music kind of
I
comes
think
from?
so. I think so. Yeah, yeah. Certainly. Yeah. For the most part.
Was that transition? Was it like a few days? Was it months? How long did that whole process take from having like finding out what was going on and then figuring out that you could leave and getting out to Germany?
Mm, mm, what do you mean, like by that?
Like just from when it started to like getting out to Germany, what was the time frame with that?
Well, first when the war started in February, I mean, like I said, I'd always wanted to move out, and I originally wanted to, like, initially wanted to move out to America and like to the States, which
Mhm.
I still want to, and yeah, yeah, and the first like option that I had, I guess, it was moving out to Germany because I had no choice but to move out. It was like horrific, uh, and yeah, I just don't really like. I don't quite understand like the question. Like, is it?
Oh, I was just wondering like from February, like how long did it take to get to Germany? Like what was the
Oh, like yeah, I
like how
moved
many
out in March, like
Oh, okay. So
next
it was like
month.
a month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man. I
No,
was
that's okay. You're
just
fine. Don't worry about
going
it. Not
off
a
on a
big deal at
tangent.
all. All good. You're fine. Um, what was that like transitioning to Germany and building like
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
group
That's
and
yeah.
and your music out there?
Um. So yeah. First, I got into like a into a school in Germany, and um, I, I I just started studying there for the first 3 months, and then I kind of left. Sorry. Yeah. I left, and I just didn't like it there because I didn't want to learn the German language, and I was all about like making music, and I was so inspired, man. I was going at it, and um yeah, I was just practicing a lot, and yeah, it was it was about that for the most part. Um yeah, I left. I started working. I started trying to find like any job, literally any job in Germany just to make some money and, you know, go to a studio. First when I went to a studio in here in Germany, I recorded one of my first songs. Wasn't like my first song, but here in Germany it was my first song. And it was kind of bad, but then I had to re-record it, and it came out came out really well, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, from there on, I feel like I just kept on making music, and then I just I was influenced by so much that had happened in my life, and I decided to start writing songs about that, and like about all the stuff that happened. Like just started writing songs about it, and yeah, that's how it. That's how most of my songs like came to fruition, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What song was that first song that you wrote when you were over in Germany?
I think it's called On My Own, if I'm not
Oh yeah.
mistaken. Yeah, sorry.
Awesome. No, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
on
I
my
know you
own.
don't have
Yeah.
a lot of features, but what are some things you look for when working with other artists? Do you have like three things
I
you look?
I I think as long as an artist sounds good and like I can actually work with them and literally like feed off their energy, I guess, and their like creativity. I I'm just I'm just all for it. It's yeah. It's just a matter of like them sounding, you know, well, just sounding well. I mean, it's not like I'm pretty picky about that, but it's just if you don't sound good, then I'm not gonna make a feature with you. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm all for it. I don't charge or anything. I'm just all for it. I'm all about like making music. That's all that inspires me.
Hmm. That's awesome. Have you gotten to meet some artists in the Germany area, or is that kind of like a closed off culture?
Yeah, I have met some artists, but they're not. They're always talking about like how competitive it is in Germany and how hard it is to get your music out there in Germany. And yeah, I kind of get where they're going with this because I feel like yeah, it's pretty hard to actually like put yourself out there like in Germany because there are not a lot of artists and it is pretty competitive here. And I have no idea how someone would actually get fit, like make it in Germany, but I don't know. It's it's pretty hard for me to understand that.
Yeah, that's okay. What has been your that you feel has been your biggest accomplishment so far with making music? Like the thing you're most proud of?
Mm, that's a hard question. I haven't really like made any accomplishments or haven't really achieved much in this field or yeah, but I just want to keep making music. That's it. I don't really think about what I'm gonna get or like what I'm not waiting for anything. I just want to make music. That's all I've been doing these years. Like yeah.